I failed. I set out to accomplish several goals, which I thought were totally easy and super accomplishable for my first quarter goals. And it turns out that wasn't the case. I definitely look back and I only achieved about half of the things that I set out to do. So today we're looking back at my Q1 goals, setting goals for quarter two. And I pulled my Instagram stories and I had a lot of great feedback from you guys about how I can improve for my goals for Q2. So keeping those in mind, I've come up with several quarterly two goals that I am planning on accomplishing. So stay tuned and let's talk money, honey. Hey guys, if you don't already know me, I'm Katie, a girl on FIRE, and FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. I am planning on retiring at 35 with $1.5 million, and I'm bringing you along for the journey. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops, and like this video so we can keep spreading the fire. All right, let's just get right into it. I have my Mr. Rogers cardigan on to be really introspective and reflective and try and figure out what went wrong in this whole situation. Okay, so here are my Q1 goals. Max out Roth IRA, meditate 3 minutes a day, yoga 10 minutes a day, read 2 books, make 13 YouTube videos, and as a stretch goal, I wanted to launch my merch for Millennial Money Honey. Of those goals, I maxed out my Roth IRA. I did not meditate 3 minutes a day. I also did not yoga 10 minutes a day. I did read 2 books. I made 13 YouTube videos. I actually made 15. And stretch goal, I did not accomplish. I started designing and kind of finished up one product, but I did not finish with the other one. So those are my Q1 goals. I'm looking at them. Financial goals for me are a lot easier to accomplish for whatever reason. I think it's just I'm so excited about retiring early and I'm very driven to accomplish those things. So those I always prioritize, but it's my health that always takes the back burner. I don't eat very healthy and probably eat too much. And I just don't feel 100. I do want to eat healthier. I want to, be more in shape and not hate working out. Since we've been in lockdown, I haven't been to the gym. I used to do ballet regularly once or twice a week. And then also since I'm living at home with my parents, it's harder for me to kind of cook vegetarian because, my dad always wants a protein, meat protein with his meal. So because of that, that's what my mom cooks. And I don't really like to prepare food on top of what she's making because then it just is a little bit wasteful. So I kind of put that out into the world and shared that on Instagram. And I had a lot of really good suggestions from you guys about how to make better goals and more achievable goals. Actually, it's so funny. I thought I was doing the minimum, 10 minutes a day for yoga. I thought okay, I can definitely do 10 minutes a day. I can definitely do 3 minutes a day of meditation. That is only 13 minutes out of the entire 24 hours of the day. I thought for sure that was the lowest bar. And actually I had a lot of people tell me if your bar is 0, that is kind of a lot. If you are doing nothing, if you can't stick to those 7 days a week and every single day, maybe consider dropping it down to maybe 3 times a week or 5 times a week and then slowly building back up to do it every single day. Because if you do happen to miss a day, which there will be days when you do, you'll beat yourself up and you'll stop working towards that goal if you miss a day. And I think that is so true. I missed one day and I was well, it's over. I didn't accomplish it. And after that, I was just well, what's another few days if I don't do it? And that's kind of the mindset that I got in, which was a detriment to me. So I think for dropping it down to 3 times a week is maybe more accomplishable. And then also, I do need to stay more hydrated. I am a thirsty girl. I have one of my favorite water bottles is this guy. this guy, my 64-ounce water bottle, which, it's keeps everything super cold. And like, I know I only need to drink one of these a day, but if you guys can't feel this is full. And it has been, I think, sitting on the ground for the last like 3 days. So that says that about how much I drink water. I sometimes go a whole day without really drinking anything, and it's horrible. I acknowledge that. Somebody was like, if you're trying to get yourself to drink 64 ounces of water, that is a lot. So like, really set your goals low, 24 ounces, maybe increase to 32, then increase to 64. And I think, I need to kind of re-gauge my expectations for staying hydrated, because this is just it's not sustainable, clearly. Somebody suggested choose one of 3 healthy habits to do for the day. So for example, if you have drink water, do yoga, or meditate, then choosing one of those 3 will help you at least stick to like one of the goals. You'll still be able to, get that high from having accomplished something, and you won't beat yourself up about not doing all the other things because your goal you've accomplished your goal. So I really like that idea. Then another person said to add it into an established routine. So for example, if your goal is to drink X amount of ounces per water today, maybe you brush your teeth, drink water, and then eat your breakfast, or whatever it is that is in part of your already established routine. So that way it just becomes a habit, and it's already part of established a habit. So it'll be easier to tack on to your goal. And I really like that idea. Another suggestion is to eat intuitively. And actually, this is something I've really been trying to do. I can't control, the kind of food so much that my mom serves or makes so much, but I can learn to control the food that I put in my mouth and the amount that I put in my mouth. I've generally been a person known to just stuff myself like until I feel really overly full. And I know that's not healthy. And afterwards, I'm always like, why did I do that? Like, I feel horrible. So eating intuitively, being really slow and mindful, and like, just like only putting a little bit on my plate and then reassessing if I want to go back for more. I just am not a person who can stick to diets. Like, I know keto has worked for some people, Whole30, etc. But for me, I'd prefer not to like restrict myself so much on like what I eat versus like how much I eat, and not overstuffing myself. Eating intuitively, I think, is a really good suggestion for myself, and also given my current situation. So that being said, here are my Q2 goals. So for money goals, I want to hit a 400K net worth, and I'm going to invest $2,000 every other week to my brokerage account, since I've already maxed out my tax advantage accounts, my Roth IRA, and my 401k for 2021. I am going to start contributing heavily into my brokerage account. I've also saved my like sinking fund for my taxes. I covered that in March. So I'm going to now be able to just invest. And right now my net worth is somewhere around 340K, I want to say. So hopefully, if everything is on track, I should be near 400K. Of course, depending on how the market goes, that's a little bit out of my control, but I'm going to, shoot for the moon and land among the stars. For Millennial Money Honey, I want to continue with my 13 YouTube videos at 1 per week, what you're watching, and launch merch. And I set a date arbitrarily for June 18th. So I'm going to finalize the designs in April, and I want to have a photo shoot and start putting together the marketing materials in May, and launch again on mid to late June. And then finally, for Millennial Money Honey, I know I need to do this. I need to set up a mailing list. I want to start like a quarterly newsletter or something that is just really, useful and informative, and just a dump of like all the things I've learned in the last like 3 months towards my FIRE journey, be able to like share all the resources that I'm learning about with other people, because I think it's important to like share what you learn. And then for my like health and brain, education goals, I want to continue reading 2 books for the quarter. Last quarter, I read The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And this was so good. It was really interesting. Like basically so much of personal finance is not about the money and not about the numbers at all. It is about the mindset of it. And this just is so fascinating, really digestible story. So that walks you through the concepts in a not like too high level way. So recommend reading The Psychology of Money. I'll leave a link below so you can grab a copy of it. And then I also, as a fiction book, I read The Vanishing Half. And this is about two Black women, twin sisters who look almost white, and one pretends to be white and the other like ends up marrying a Black man, and just like kind of how their paths diverge and then kind of reconnect. It's really interesting, a great read. And I accidentally got the large print version, but yeah, this was a really great and good book, and fiction though. So it was good to keep a little bit of nonfiction and fiction. So if you have any book suggestions below, either personal finance, really into those books, or a fiction book, would love any suggestions you have. So 64 ounces of water a day is clearly not working out for me. So this, I'm going to try to drink 12 ounces of water per day. I think 12 ounces, which is the size of maybe like a coffee mug or something. Like I should be able to do that. And if I don't, like, that's concerning. I have eat intuitively, but I don't really think that's a goal because it's not like measurable. So I just have eat intuitively as like a reminder, but it's not really a goal. I'm not gonna include that. And then yoga, 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week. Come on, Katie, come on. I can do 3 times a week. And then meditate. I upped it to 5 minutes, but also 3 times a week. So I like that idea. I may switch it so that it's yoga, meditate, or, you know, doing the choose one of 3 health habits, but I like couldn't think of a third one. Maybe I'll do like abs, 1 of 3. So I'll do like abs. Have you guys seen that YouTube video? 8-minute abs. Maybe I'll do that. Like choose 1 of 3. 1 of 3 each day. I really like that idea. So that way, at least I'm doing, you know, something, whether it's like abs or yoga, like stretching or meditation, you know, something like that. And we'll see how that works out, so that maybe I'm doing something every day, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like that strenuous. And I really hate cardio, so I don't know. I don't really know how I'm gonna work that in, but I guess I'll just like walk more. I don't know. That's not really cardio, is it? Anyway, so those are my Q2 goals, and I really hope I can accomplish them. Send me good vibes. I would love to know your own Q2 goals. If you have any suggestions, like what you're doing, leave it in a comment below. Maybe I can get my wheels turning on Q3 goals. I know it's a little premature, but you know, always thinking ahead and always planning for the future and trying to do better. Be sure to like this video so we can spread the fire, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you know when my next video drops. I want us all to get rich, and let's retire early together.